All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get this engine out of this E39. I'll recap the story on the E39. This is a 2001 530i. It's overall pretty good shape. It has 138,000 miles, so it's pretty low mileage. It has some 19s on it that are probably gonna get replaced. They're pretty bent up, and it needs tires. So 19s are pretty big for E39, as you can see. And the back, they're what, 10 or 12 inches wide. 265 30s. I don't know what that. I think it's 10 wide. All that being said, this is the one of the cars that traded the blue E94 to John. One was the E60, and the E60 and this we got on the trade deal. So this car has a broken connecting rod on number 1 cylinder. So you guys heard me talk in the last video. If you've seen the last video, I would just order a new engine for this. I got it from E60. And for those of you who don't know, E60 up to 05 used M54. Maybe 06. I don't remember what the cutoff was on it. But I know at least up to 05. So in those later years, 02, 03 up to 05, this engine had push-in coil packs like an E90. So the engine we ordered, has that. So if that valve cover is good, we're going to use that valve cover. We're going to use those coil packs. And I requested I don't care if the harness is cut or not, I requested they at least send the harness that goes to the coil packs with it. And what we're going to do, we're going to do the same thing you do on an M56 swap, is we're going to cut that harness and convert it from this to what we need to go to plug into our ECU here to go to the push-in coil packs. So that being said, pretty much what we're going to do today, we're going to go ahead and pull this intake manifold off. We're going to go ahead and drain all the fluids. We'll go ahead and pull the starter out, and we'll get as far as bell housing bolts today or not. Pull the DISA, just get everything prepped and ready. This is not going to be a difficult job. This car is not all-wheel drive, of course. No E39s here are, as far as I know. It's only two-wheel drive, so no front drive shaft, no front diff. The oil pan doesn't have the axle running through it, none of that. Now, what we're going to have to more than likely use off this engine is the oil pan. Hopefully everything's good with it. I think the E60 has a different oil pan than E39 does. So we'll have to switch that. Like I said, the valve cover. We'll use these manifolds, these exhaust manifolds. Other than that, really, that should be pretty much it. It should be pretty much a direct drop in and go. This car has the new water pump and new thermostat, all new hoses, has new coolant pipes under the intake. We'll take those out. They have no miles on them. It does have a rip throttle body boot. That's toast. So the biggest thing today, won't get it out, but we're going to get close. We're going to have to pull the radiator. I think this one will come out. Yeah, it should. Without taking the fan and the core support out. And yeah, so I mean, it shouldn't be that bad. Let's get started on it. Okay, so it's the next day, next night. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I had to run a bunch of errands today. It snowed today. We got like 2 or 3 inches, and it's probably working on like 9 inches. That's what she said. Anyway, we have the E39 in here. We're getting started on it. I'll bring you in. I'll show you. And this is why I don't post videos all the time anymore, because I'm working on something. I don't post till I am done. Like, other stuff happens, so I don't want to post a video until this is done. But days go by and I don't post the video because I'm waiting, so I need to stop waiting and just do it. A lot of you guys are waiting to see stuff, and you don't get to see it until days or weeks later. Anyhow, so this is where we're at with it. This is the recap. 01 530i, so E39, M54 B30. And we're just taking the engine out of it. So we got the radiator out, we got the fan off, we got the cowling out, got the intake off, we got the starter out. Starter's right here. And I think the starter itself is the same as the E90, just the solenoid has a different plug on it. And I don't know, I mean, you might be able to make that work pretty easily, but I don't know if the snout's the same. Yeah, it looks like identically the same starter. So anyhow, in case you're wondering, now you know. Drained everything out. We drained the coolant out. That looked fine, but I drained the oil out. Let me grab a light here. Maybe. I think this one might be charged. When I drained the oil out, it was just full of fuel. I guess I'm cranking it. Since that we think number one connector rod's broke, I pretty much know it is. And I do see this car is going to need sway bar bushings. You probably can't see that, but I can see a tear in it. Or not sway bar bushings, thrust arm bushings. So we have all the bell housing bolts out except for one. I just quit on that. Went ahead and got all the exhaust bolts out, and in BMW fashion, they all broken off. That's fine. That's easy to fix. Drained the oil, like I said. It had a ton of oil in it, and it shot out and went all in my face. And you can tell it's full of fuel. It wasn't water, it wasn't coolant, it wasn't milky. It was just real super thin. Other than that, I would say on these M54s and E39s, the way this subframe is, at least on this particular one, and E39 has some different subframes, different years, it makes the torque converter bolts really hard to get out for some reason. But I still did it with the impact. You see a giant extension with two universals on it. Got them all out. Putting it back in might be something different, but getting them out wasn't too bad. Anyhow, I think we're about done on these. You get to the engine mounts real easy. You can see right there. We'll take that nut off on each side. These engine mounts don't look bad. I don't see any oil on either one of them. We'll probably go ahead and... that power steering pump's going to be an issue. It's got a leaky hose on it. I don't know if I want to pull the hose off there and drain it in our pan, or might just take that off, set it off to the side for right now, and deal with that when the engine's out. But all that stuff's got to be tended to. We got the AC compressor is unbolted, laying off to the side. We just kind of prepped up. Let me put this light on my head so I could actually get an extra hand here. Kind of did some prep work so stuff doesn't get broke, and you're going to have to do this when you do these too. We completely taken off the hose that goes from the secondary air pump, which is right here. It goes in the back of that. It goes up to the air valve here and plugs on there. The best option is, if it's not already broken, take it all the way off, because if you get to mess around with the engine, taking it out, you're going to bust it. So we have the AC compressor here. We have a piece of wire on it. I need a wire up to there before we pull the engine out so it doesn't fall down and pull on those lines. AC compressor will stay in the car in this operation. We should be able to leave the condenser in, but the radiator's out. I don't see there being any reason to pull the core support out for this. I mean, we could, but for this particular removal, I don't think it's really an issue. So the exhaust manifold will stay on the engine when we take it out. And I think on this car, that might already taken it off, there's a little bracket that goes from the engine mount over to the block. It might attach to the exhaust, but it'll hang you up when you remove the engine on these. You got to take that out. This one's already taken out. I can see it's gone. I wonder if I did that or somebody else did that, or what the situation was, but it's gone out. So all the wiring is going to stay in this car. You could pull the top off the EC box, which I already did, and you could unplug it all out of there. But to be honest with you, the injector or the coil pack harness lays over here. Oxygen sensors lay over there. If you come over here, you just unplug your Van solenoid stuff, your cam sensor stuff, and everything else you kind of lay back over to the side. Knock sensors. Got a plug goes to your oil filter housing here for pressure, oil pressure. You got your plug that goes in the back of your alternator. You got your crankshaft sensor. You pull that out, right? And this thing is just going to get laid over to the side. There's a couple of things you got to do. You also got to crawl underneath and unplug the sensor going to the oil pan for the oil level sensor. I got that unplugged, but I need to fish the harness out. we'll lay all this stuff back up here out of the way. There's really no reason to take it out of the ECU unless you really want to. And like I was saying in the last video, all these coolant pipes are brand new. They probably don't have 50 miles on them. So we know the engines coming in, those are going to be junk. They turn like the cardboard kind of deal. So we'll take these out carefully. We'll reinstall those if everything's good still, which we know it is. Reinstall those on the new engine. We did this pulley's new. This thermostat's a good legit bare thermostat. It's new. The pump is the metal pump. It's good. It's new. The belt's new. We'll take all that stuff and put on the donor engine. But I think that the tally on parts now we're going to have for the donor engine, well, we don't know until it gets in here. But I think no matter what, the throttle body boot, no matter what rear main seal, no matter what oil pan gasket, no matter what oil filter housing gasket, just the stuff that you know, I mean, without any doubt, you're going to have. Other than that, you know, we're going to rob the valve cover off the new engine, so it really shouldn't be that bad. You know, we have one bell housing bolt left in it. It shouldn't be that much to pick it up out of here and get on the floor. And as soon as we do that, this car is going out. The E60 needs to come back in if weather permits, and need to recode that iDrive unit. So he's been trying to send the rest of the Insta-P file over, but it's so damn big it keeps crashing out. I think he's sleeping right now because, yeah, I just got interrupted again. So she's trying to solve that up. That's the only problem with trying to transfer massive files across the internet. It takes a while. It takes a long time. Everything else is on the laptop and done. Insta-P is the only thing we're waiting to finish it out, and we can code that. This car, there'll be some coding updates done on the ECU on this. We'll use Insta-P to update the whole entire car, more than likely. And I did get new batteries today at Walmart. A brand new battery for this, and also a brand new one for the E60. Remember, that one's kind of shifty. We're not into shifty batteries anymore. I'm tired of that nonsense. We're not doing that anymore at all. So that, my friends, what's been going on. This car is going to get new wheels of some sort. I don't know yet, but these are not it. They're all bent up. They're junk. They're 19s. I mean, 19s don't look that bad on here, but you have to have such a small tire that you can see the bend. Right? Look at that bend. So they don't run out smooth. They're going flat all the time. They're junk. So I don't know. Drop in the comments what kind of wheels you think are to put on this car. I don't know. I need to get a hold of John. He might still have the factory 530 wheels, but they were kind of corroded looking. I just think that the effort it would take to make those look perfect again, I would just go buy new ones. That's my opinion of it. You know, I don't know. We'll see what's out there. But anyhow, that's gonna be it for today, guys. We'll keep knocking this out. The next video up will be tomorrow, and this engine should be out on the engine stand. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.